on the mittens for your enjoyment. And of course the children had a lot of fun getting ready for it, didn't you? Did and illustrated by Jan Brett. And we took a lot of poetic license to suit our means. Are you ready? Let's begin. Once there was a little boy named Nicky. He wanted mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first his grandmother, Charlotte, did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky Grayson wanted snow white mittens so badly, and finally grandmother made them.
How nice.
You give them to Nicky. There you go. Freshly knitted. After the mittens were finished, grandmother said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound. But then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens.
Wait for he take it
Okay,
up.
Charlotte, you can sit back on the rocking
We got a
chair.
director.
Just enjoy the view. And Grayson is going to set off, but it wasn't long until Nicky dropped one of his mittens. And it got lost in the snow and left behind.
Wow.
Soon, a company of moles, Timmy, Rachel, Katie, and Jack, found the mitten. Come and pick it up, Timmy.
Wow.
And they were tired from tunneling along, and they got inside the cozy mitten and found it was just the right size. In they went. Make sure your heads are sticking out so we can see you. Stick your legs in the back. There you go. A drove of snowshoe rabbits, Lily, Sarah, Nina, and Cameron, came hopping by. Oh, we got to see some hopping. Good job, Cameron. They stopped for a moment to admire their winter coats. It was then that they saw the mitten, and they wiggled in feet first. Uh-oh. Is there room? Scoot over, moles. Rachel. Scoot over. You can sit on the steps if you want. Sit down over by the red curtain. Mina, come sit right here by Grayson.
I see a sticker.
Come sit right here, darling.
Under the table.
This is yours. You and you. You're the rabbit.
A bear coming to you. Then a bear.
Oh, you're a beautiful bunny.
Then a bear.
All right.
Bear coming?
The moles didn't think there was room, and I'm not sure there's room. Mina didn't think there was room. But when they saw those rabbits' big kickers, they all moved over and made room. Next, Alex, a hedgehog, came snuffling along, having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat. He decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. Where are you going to go, Mr. Prickly Hedgehog? You can just sit down if you want, right on the step, because we got lots of animals to squeeze in. The moles and the rabbits were bumped and jostled as Alex the hedgehog got in, but not being ones to argue with someone covered in prickles, they made room for him. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, Hale, a big owl, swooped down. Good job, Kale. Good swooping. When he decided to move in also, the moles and the rabbits and the hedgehog grumbled. Let's hear some grumbling.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, where are your talons, Kale? He's busy getting in the mitten. They quickly let him in.
That's a lot
Up
more.
through the snow appeared a Wisconsin badger. I mean a badger. Joshua.
Ooh.
He eyed the mitten, and he began to climb in. The moles and the rabbits and the hedgehog and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left. But when they saw the badger's big digger, come on over here, badger, because you get the thumb. Right over here, badger. Come on over here, you get the thumb. sit right beside Alex in the thumb, all right? There you go.
That's the thumb.
It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a troop of foxes came by. Skylar, Noel, and Celeste, and Danny Paul. Oh, and Bogey.
Oh boy.
What a
And a
cast.
wolf appeared, Mateus,
A
and
wolf.
was followed by a dog. And they all crowded in.
And there's a bear. There's a bear. And there's a bear.
Just the sight of the cozy mitten made them all feel drowsy. They all poked their noses in, and when the moles and the rabbits and the hedgehog and the owl and the badger saw all those shiny teeth, they gave the foxes and the wolf and the dog lots of room. I'm not sure there's lots of room. Are you guys squeezed in there pretty tight?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yours.
The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size. But Grandma Nikki's good knitting held fast. Nikki's grandma's knitting held fast. Along came the two meadow mice, Liam and Biddy. Oh, I'm sorry. A great bear.
Yeah.
Michael. Lumberjack. Sit right there, Michael. There you go. Sit right there. He spied the mitten all plumped up, and not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to go in too. The animals were packed as tightly as could be, but what animal would argue with a bear? Then along came two little meadow mice, no bigger than an acorn. And they sat down beside that bear,
Nice and cozy.
and made themselves quite comfortable. That bear, Alex, are you ready? That bear was tickled by the mice's whiskers, and he gave an enormous sneeze. Ah, 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 shoo! Okay, off you go. Walk carefully. Walk carefully. There's more. There's more. That's right. There you go. Okay. The force of the sneeze. The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up in the air.
Guys, go that way.
Off for now. Just. And Nikki caught it. And he took it home. He ran and he saw his grandma's face in the window. And first she looked to see if Nikki was safe and sound. And then she saw that he had his two white mittens. Show us your mittens, Nikki.
Yay!
And only the animals know why that one is so big.
Oh,
All right.